Good evening. Welcome to Vibin with Ashley Live. I'm your host, Ashley Live. This is episode 164, and my guest this evening is singer, songwriter, and multi-instrumentalist Jamai. Now, Jamai is from Pennsylvania, and he has captivated audiences all over the globe. In 2018, Jamai was featured on season 14 of NBC's hit show The Voice. He was on Team Alicia Keys, and Jamai's new album, 23, will be coming out this Saturday, May 7th. This is his third album. So Jamai is coming on my show, and we're going to talk all about this new album. This album, he's been working on it for quite some time, and I know he's really excited to share it with you and tell you the stories behind it. And I'm really excited to bring him back to my show. Jamai was on my show in June of 2021. And yeah, really excited to have him back. And I'm going to pin this comment and I'm going to bring him on in. Hello, hello. Jamai!
Yo, what's
Oh,
up, Ash?
you brought out the fringe.
I had to bring out the fringes for Ash. Sorry, I know we sound check, but sometimes when you add the piano,
Yeah,
it kind of messes up the vibe. So
no.
just trying to get this some keys in there. You feel me?
Oh, we see those keys. Jamai, I am so proud of you. I'm so excited for this album.
Thank you, Ash. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Talk to
I'm
me.
excited. I'm excited that you invited me back. I'm excited that we made it to this point. I'm excited that I just been blessed with the opportunity to do my gift. You know what I mean?
Definitely, definitely. So the last time you were on the show was June of 2021. I know you have been working your butt off with the
Oh yes.
album. It's been like years in the making, right?
Seriously, it's been about maybe 3 or 4. 2017. So that's 5 years.
Wow.
Almost five. 5, yeah. So it's been a long journey. It's been a lot of trial and error,
Mhm.
and just experiencing and feeling and just trying things.
Definitely. So let's talk about the past year and prepping for this album and the songwriting and the producing, and the rewriting. Just walk me through this past year for you. I know it's been crazy ups and downs, but let's talk about it.
Well, the crazy thing is, the album's been done. The album's been done for about a year, for a
Yeah,
little over a year. And a lot of people don't know about promoting an album or creating a project is it's so much work and that goes into creating it, and it's so much work that goes into giving the album legs to stand on for a productive campaign, for it to be successful, for people to actually hear about it. So I've been working on just this campaign alone for the last year. I had last year I did a listening party with about 30 of my closest, like biggest fans, and we got to pick through the songs. And at that time, it wasn't going to be so many songs. I needed to shave them down. So I basically listed the songs in favorite order of what the fans wanted, and for the listening party. So
Mhm.
that's what this year's been made of.
Yes. So 23, I know this number has some significance in your life. Why 23? Why 23 songs?
So 23 in 2018, it was the 23rd death anniversary of my mom. My mom was murdered when I was 6 years old. She was 23 years old. And so I grew up with, of course, a lifetime of grief. And on her 23rd anniversary, I experienced another level of grief because I realized that uh, she was alive for as long as she was gone. And so it's like another, I know when people, something about the age or the anniversary when people lose people, and you kind of feel like you're more familiar with missing them than you are familiar with actually knowing and having that person. And for me, that was like another level of devastation. And I just said, I'll do something about it. I'm gonna create 23 songs. And at that time, I wasn't a producer. I didn't know how to use Logic or Pro Tools. I was just starting out on guitar. I was just tinkering with piano, and I wrote some of my first songs as a pianist with this album. And tonight's actually the first time I'll be performing live playing the piano. So,
Yay! Oh, thank you so much. I'm honored for you to come on my show and talk about this. I mean, I know it's been several months in the making, and especially the preparation. It has, when you're promoting an album like this, like, I know you've been posting the content, doing the videos, doing photo shoots. So talk about prepping and marketing this album.
it's insane. And I'm an independent artist. I'm a independent artist. So the work is strenuous. The work is it's really hard, like, for lack of a better term. So it's like you just gotta go in, and I knew that, like, I had special people like you, Ashley, who believed in me, who wanted to support me even before you even knew that I had an album coming out.
Yeah.
You sought me out, and you were always supportive, and I wanted to utilize the resources that I do have and try to make this album the best that it is, because you'll never truly have enough money like a record label, a major label. You'll never truly have all of the connections. So it's like, just do it and believe that the music alone will get into the right hands, will inspire the right people, and will create genuine fans. And so that's the risk that I took. You know, I just did what I could, and I prepared. I did some official covers. I did some um, campaigns with photos and my album trailer and my snippets and all those things. So I took a lot of time to direct and edit and color and create those. And I just trust that, like, somewhere in this journey, that it'll reach the right people, that it'll get into the right hands, and it'll make it across the world.
Yeah, I'm confident that it will. You're out here hustling, blood, sweat, and tears. I know how hard you work. I'm so proud that this album is finally here. And talk to me about this week, because there's a lot of promoting that you're doing. Like, it's just a couple days away. What are you feeling?
Yo, so it's crazy, right? Because, like, I want to encourage, like, any person, any artist, any creative, that there will never, ever, ever be a perfect time to do what you know you need to do. Just last week, week before last, I lost my grandfather, who was only in his early 60s. He was a major part of my life, and so it's like, wow. So I'm gonna lose you on, like, right before this album, like, before this album drop. Like, you could have waited a few more weeks. So, like, it's been tough, man, because I had to, like, literally put a whole funeral together. So, like, can you imagine doing that and having the biggest album of your life being about to premiere? And so it's just been crazy. Like, life is always throwing curveballs, but I guess that's what it's all about. And the timing and things overlapping and the way God threads it all together, it just all works together for the good, you know?
Yeah, and my condolences on your grandfather. I honestly can't even imagine. Like, when you were saying that, you were saying, I'm prepping for the biggest the album of my life, but I have to plan a funeral. Like, oh my gosh, like, and you're having all these different emotions coming at you, right?
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. And to think, like, my grandfather lost his daughter to murder. You know what I'm saying? So, like, just the idea that, like, after all these years, that he is getting to see her again, or my belief is that he'll be reunited with her again. You know, that's like a really big emotional thing for me to grapple with in this time. So, not
Mm-hmm.
it's like this album, I'm telling my mom's story. I'm being her voice, and I'm dealing with some dark issues and some dark things because it was a dark story.
Yeah.
But I'm also expressing what life is like after that, you know, what my relationships are like with women, losing my mom at such a young age, how I deal with it, how I deal with my grief, and the way I think, and all those things. So all of that is in this album. It's like I'll never be able to create another album like this unless I go through this kind of tragedy or this kind of pain for this many years the way that I had, you know.
Mm-hmm. And it's a release because this is something you've been dealing with your whole life.
Sure.
And you're writing and you're going through those vulnerable and sad and angry parts of your life, and you're writing it down and you're producing it and you're recording it and you're mixing it and you're mastering it, and like now people are going to hear this. So what does that feel like?
I think the crazy thing is, like, when I was on The Voice, they asked me to talk about it. They wanted me to talk about my story. They wanted me to tell the story of how my mom was murdered and how that happened. And
Right.
although they were respectful, I was, being as though it was my first time on TV, I was apprehensive about sharing the story because I knew that I wouldn't be able to control how the story was presented. I wouldn't be able to truly control the narrative.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's TV. It's like you need a storyline. That's a part of how people win, is by giving the fans insight on your life. And I just wasn't comfortable. I wasn't ready to exploit that, or I felt like it would be exploiting it. And afterwards, and a lot of people told me I should have told my story and it could have helped a lot of people. And I felt like I needed a little changing, a little maturing and evolving, and I needed to be ready. And
Yeah.
This album is what made me ready. I wrote down how I felt. I expressed my grief. I expressed my questions and my thoughts and my anger at times and my thanks to God and all those different things. So, like, now I'm ready, not because I'm healed, but now I'm ready because I've started the conversation. You know what I'm saying? So it's scary.
Mm-hmm.
It's vulnerable. It's because I also feel like too, like, this is like I poured out everything. So, like, what if nobody likes it? You know what I'm saying? Like that feeling of like, oh well, if they ain't like it, I still got this in the bag. I don't have nothing in the bag. I poured everything out for this album, and it's all of me. So it's like,
Yeah,
it's all or nothing. You know what I mean?
yeah. And I think you have to go through those difficult emotions and difficult things in your life to really like process things, right? Because you're writing it down, you're singing it, you're like feeling it, you're recording it, you're you still are going through these issues, and now it's going to go out into the world. But I think this album is going to help so many people, because there are going to be people that reach out to you and say, Jamai, oh my gosh, track 7, I felt it, like it hit me, or I went through a relationship like that, or this is something that I was dealing with and I couldn't find the words to say it, but you said it so perfect and I don't feel alone. And I think that's the power of music, is we all share these ups and downs, and the downs are some of the craziest parts of our lives, but it's like when we talk about them, that's how we connect with other people, even people we don't know, right? Fans, or like someone could be like, oh my gosh, I found you on Discover Weekly and like I heard this song and I just like it hit me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's the price that you pay as an artist. You know, that's the price that you pay as a creative, as a person of purpose. Is you go through tragedy, you go through trials, you go through things, and then you have to help other people. You know, they got a saying where, like, you know, this testimony is not for you, it's for other people. You know, and I always tell people, like, when people say they wouldn't change it for the world or they have no regrets, I always say I would do anything to have my mom back. I would do anything to change this. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it would cost, I would do anything to have her back. So it's like you experience all of this only to help other people while you still go through that pain for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But that's the cost. It's the price of the art. It's the price of purpose is that pain.
Yeah.
So the least I could do is do my best at it. You know, the least I could do is be sensitive to the prompting and genuine to the call. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I know no one wants to go through difficult times. Like nobody
Um,
wishes crazy stuff in our lives, but like through the pain and the struggles and the anger is where we grow the most. And as artists, that's how you heal and you help is, you know, going through those feelings and singing about it and playing about it. And it's like it just it hurts so much because there's so many parts of your life that you feel empty or you're like, oh my gosh, like yes, I wish my mom was still here. And it's like just getting through the best way that you can.
yeah. Yeah, and then it's like too, like the way you lose people it goes into it, you know, like
Of course.
it's just it's so tragic, it's so dark, and there's so many layers to it. And I lost my mom at 6, so I
Yeah.
was young. I'm older. I was old enough to know her, remember her, still have specific memories about her, but young, too young at that time to understand the the massive amount of tragedy that I experienced. And that I will continue to experience. You know what I'm saying? So now I grieve as an adult.
Right.
My grief as an adult is brand new
Yeah.
because I didn't grieve at the time in real time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and then like the older you get, it's in stages. So like how you feel now, you may feel totally different in the next year, right?
Sure, sure,
Right.
sure.
So this album, 23 songs. Um,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about them.
Let's go because it's also like the story is what it is, but like the album is not dark. Like I kind of like get the story out. I kind of have those moments and they sprinkle throughout the album. But trust me, it's the album's lit. Like we have a good time with it. It's a couple different topics we talk about.
Definitely. So, okay, you talked about vulnerability. Now, this cover photo, Jamai, you're naked. You're
I'm
naked.
naked
You're naked, vulnerable.
for
I
sure.
mean, it's such a beautiful photo, and it's kind of like shedding your skin and just letting the world see you in that raw, naked state.
For sure, for sure. I wanted to I wanted to empower myself. I wanted to you know, a lot of times because I'm into fitness and like I want to look a certain way or whatever. A lot of times you want to cover yourself up because you don't want to. So a lot of artists, people don't understand. A lot of artists is when we're trying to be an artist, we're artists,
Yeah.
and outside of that, we're introverted or we want to be alone or we want to be covered or whatever. And sometimes when you go certain places and you get certain attention, it adds an anxiety to you. So this is my way of empowering myself, empowering my body, and embracing the fact that people do you know, women objectify me all the time, but it's like let's turn that into a positive and embrace that. You know what I'm saying? And the album has 23 songs, and so there are a plethora of genres within the album.
Yeah.
So it was like you got a little bit of doo-wop, you got a little bit of hip-hop, you got a
Yeah.
little bit of R&B, you got a little bit of gospel, you got a little bit of reggae, afro-beat. So I wanted to like it was hard. It was impossible to find an image that would represent everything. It was impossible to be like, oh, I need one image for an album cover that's going to be descriptive of the album. And
Right.
so I was like, instead of a fly outfit, a fly fringe coat, you know, a fly like something, I was like, let's strip, let's go because I'm being really vulnerable. I'll probably never be this vulnerable again in my career. And what better way than to go naked? I'm anxious about my body. I'm nervous about if it looks good enough. I'm nervous about all those things the same way that I'm nervous about telling this story and expressing these things. So I was like, I had to do it, you know?
Yeah, and I think it's perfect for what you said, the vulnerability, the honesty, the shedding of these feelings and reflecting on these 23 songs. And I give you like so much props for that because a lot of people could not do that. And you look phenomenal. Like, the photo is so like regal and beautiful. And I'm like, wow, that's incredible.
Thank you. And I didn't want it to be like, raunchy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted it to be tasteful. I know some people think that's impossible, but in my opinion, I wanted it to be tasteful. I didn't want it to be too suggestive. I didn't want it to be, you know what I mean? I wanted it to be artsy and creative. And it's like, as scary as that was for me,
Yeah,
it doesn't even compare to the vulnerability that I shed in the album. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, that was the easy part, for real. You know what I mean?
yeah, you're like, let's just get naked. But now I need to tell you what these songs are and what they mean. And that's a little scary.
Just a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to go track by track.
Let's go. Y'all ready to go track by? I got Facebook on here, Ashley, too. I got my Facebook. They can hear you, so we just all together. You feel me? But we want to go track by track. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Track number 123. Can you give me one word that describes this song?
Tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
Tragedy. That's what I would say. It literally is almost me describing a crime scene. Is what my mother's last words probably were.
Mm-hmm.
Based off of all the research that I did, based off of all of the domestic abuse that she and I experienced. Tragedy. It's a song that I don't even listen to.
Yeah.
So we get the darkness done in that first. We get the darkness taken care of at the beginning of the hour, so we can move forward.
Move forward.
Yeah, because it's dark. It's dark.
Okay. Track 2, Anna.
One word?
You don't have to do one word. I mean, I guess you can maybe sing one line from this song, if you will.
I'll just say Crazy Ex. that was a terrible description, but like that's just what I'll say. I'll just say Crazy Ex. My Crazy Ex. That's all I'm gonna say.
Crazy Ex. And then, yeah. And we'll find out more when we hear the song.
Yes.
Number 3 is Good.
Good. Sacredness. I'll say that. Relationships are sacred. Keep it sacred between me and you. It's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sacredness.
Yeah.
And I guess elaborate on that specific song.
Okay. So we'll wind it up. Let me see if I can. I didn't write it on piano, but between me and you, me and you. So it's like a vibey type track. It's like it's a lot of major seventh chords, and it has that like emotional vibe to it. It's like laying on the beach with your lover. That's what it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Track 4, Wind It Up.
Wind It Up. It's about It's a party. It's a party. Like, it's a party. It's like afro-beat. Like, it's a party. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a party. Like, it's a party. That's the single. That's the single in the album. So y'all about to hear that song real soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that the first single?
It is the first. Well, 23 is technically the first single because it's out right now as a pre-order. But it's the first official single is Wind It Up. Yeah.
And afro-beat, dancing, party time vibes.
Yeah. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Yeah, it's a vibe.
All right. Track number 5, Perfume.
One word, doo-wop. Did you get to listen to that? Because I sent it to you.
Yes.
Yeah, so you already know, Ash. You already know. You already know.
But for people who haven't heard it, how would you describe it other than doo-wop?
I would describe it as classic. I don't know. Ash, help me. Classic entertainment. Doo-wop. The Way You Make Me Feel, Michael Jackson. I'm trying to get the girl vibe. Entertaining. I suck at this.
It's okay. But it helps you. But it helps you because I'm kind of like asking you questions that put you on your toes a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. Number 6 is Chocolate Drop.
Chocolate Drop. I would say one word. I'll say stripper. That's what I'll say. Strip club, strip tease, stripper,
Yeah.
Magic Mike, Chocolate City. That's Chocolate Drop.
Chocolate Drop.
It is exactly what you think it is. It's all of that.
Chocolate Drop. Do you want to share one line of that song with everybody?
Pull out them dollar bills, baby. Cause it's about that time for me to take the stage. Real shit. It's like that.
Love it. All right. Pink in the Middle, track 7.
One word.
One word.
What do I say? My manager came and looked at me like, what you gonna say?
You know what? Say whatever you need to say.
Pink in the Middle. Pink in the Middle, well, the line in that song is, it's chocolate on the outside, but it's pink in the middle. How many links to the middle? Make it rain, get wet more than a little. So it's we getting busy.
You are.
We getting busy.
Explicit lyrics, FYI.
Yeah, very explicit. Very explicit. I don't got time, actually. I don't got time. I ain't playing no more. I'm not playing no more. We get busy.
But I love that, like, because it's so vulnerable, you don't hold back in any of these songs.
I do not. And I think, had I had to pay for studio time or had to write in a session with other writers, I probably wouldn't be able to be this vulnerable because I created every song like, let me try this. Let me see. And then it just went like that. So it wasn't like, oh, I got this song and this is going to be on the album and this is a hit. I was just letting my creativity flow. And in that, it's like, oh, I'm going to do this doo-wop song because there's no expectation for it. So it gave me liberty to express everything that I was going through, everything that I imagined, everything that I wanted to try out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we get real explicit because I was being genuine and vulnerable to the art. You know what I mean?
Right. And that's the way to be. And I think we need to talk about every song on this album is you front to back. Like, you mix it all, you record, like, it's all you, nobody else, one-man band.
One-man band every day on my guitar, my piano, because I practice every day. So sometimes as you evolve in your musicianship, you start hearing things and you start, thinking things, or you keep trying new things. And that's what the album was created of. It was literally me creating songs in my practices and then banging on the keyboard and my Logic program and coming up with background vocals and writing my songs and doing the vocal arrangements was something that I've always done. Mm-hmm. But creating the track and then mixing them was like the monster in this process. Just trying to figure it out and just work it out. But I did, and I fell in love with it because I didn't have to try to articulate the type of reverb I wanted on my vocals. I didn't have to try to articulate this drum sound that I wanted. I could just do it and, it was done. So it was an amazing process. A
Yeah.
tough one, but a great process.
Yeah, I can only imagine some of, some difficulties that you had during that. But now looking back on that, you're like, that's all me. Like, it's not like four other people were part of that song. Like, that is me front to back. I remember the struggles I had with that song. I was up till 4 a.m. trying to get that one part.
For
Like,
sure.
and you listen back on it and you're so, so, so proud of yourself because, like, it is all you 100%.
And it's crazy because every song takes so long. Like sometimes you might come up with the whole song in a day,
Right.
But then you gotta work on the track. You gotta work on the backgrounds. You gotta get the lyrics. You gotta get the progression. And then you gotta work on the mix. And you just gotta make sure it feels right and it sounds professional. And so sometimes I'm on song 7, but then by the time I got to what was song 18, and now the album is done. So when I listen to it, I'm like, damn, I forgot about this song, or because it's 23, like it's 23 songs. So it's like you be like, when I come up with this, like, so it's almost like a new thing for me too, because the process has been over a span of a certain amount of years, you know.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and 23 songs. When I think of 23 songs, I'm like, that's a lot of songs. Like I would think like back in the day when people were putting out albums, right? It was like 10 to 15, maybe interlude here or there, but like 23 songs. Like
That is like so excessive. like we get it, bro. Like we get it. Like 23, but like, yeah, and I was going to release them individually, but I was like, no, man, just do what you inspired by. Forget whatever standard the industry, they tell us we gotta come out with singles. They tell us that people don't invest in albums. They only listen to, EPs and all those different things. But it's like, at the end of the day, what is the art telling me to do? Be obedient to the art and just let the chips fall. Like sometimes, like I'm still listening to Stevie Wonder albums that he recorded before I was born. Sometimes your music, it won't be heard for another year, or people will fall, but you gotta get it out because that's the only way it's going to get wherever it's going to go. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Totally. So we were track 7. Now we're on track 8, BDE.
Oh. Big energy. I'm going to say that. And it is very explicit. And that's the last song. I actually bumped the song off the album for this one because I recorded that like maybe a month or 2 ago. So that's the last song that I created, my most recent sound. And we get into it. We get into it. Like it's probably going to be a whole generation of babies made from this album. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, it is. Sometimes I listen to it, I'm like, Jamai. But yeah, we got it. So it's BD energy.
Yes, BD. All right, track number 9 is Moonlight.
Moonlight is the same vibe or the same topic sexually, but it is sensual. It is not explicit. It is more holistic. It's more it's like classic R&B and big synths and big chords, nice guitar solos, and just good R&B, like ecstasy, like that. Like if you could get like a Purple Rain mixed with a like Tina Marie kind of
Oh, I love that. Love that.
So somebody's trying to get a singing telegram while we on live promoting the album, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, he wants a singing telegram. He wants
a singing telegram. He could just DM me, but it's fine, man. It's all good. The jobs, they start merging. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Track 10 is Weed Man.
Weed Man. So maybe I should just sing this one because I think you would like this one. Let's see. So this song is called Weed Man. I know people like, what in the world? could this song be about? But it's really about the weed, man. I wrote it because chicks don't be loyal sometimes, you know? And women are way better cheaters than men. So she was cheating on me with her weed bag. Ain't that crazy? So I wrote this. I want you to hear it. Hold up, wait a minute. Wake your ass up. I know you living foul, there's something hidden. But I don't give a fuck. Anything you wanna tell, go let it out to me now. It's 4 p.m. ring a bell. When you text that nigga from your cell, got to delete it. Thought you was with Keisha, story getting weaker. Find out you a cheater, but you ain't no keeper. Ain't no weed that lethal. Got my own supply, but your connection runs deeper. So tell me, are you fucking you weed man? Are you fucking you weed man? Are you loving you weed man? I just wanna know. Are you fucking you weed man? Are you fucking you weed man? Are you fucking you weed man? I just wanna know. Yeah, I just wanna know. Why can't he drop it off when I'm home with you? I don't want you being alone with him. You say he dropped off a dime bag, but he dropped off more than that dime bag. Feel it in my soul, cause now you even know how to roll. It's like you selling pussy for the tree now, but I know it's more than a weed. I'm going in circles, got me in a circus. Can't believe you heard me for this in reversal. Can't go no longer, if I find out you fucking this nigga over. I'm supposed to be working, but I can't even focus. Through my heart in a furnace, you can't even admit it, yeah. Are you fucking young? Just tell me, girl. Get it over with. That nigga weed ain't that damn good. You got a nerve to try to share the shit, yeah. But you know I'm not cool with it, yeah. Well, look at you trying to play me for a fool, yeah. You must think I'm stupid. He could never be me, cause that shit is bad weed. Something else I'm peeping, just tell me, yeah. Are you fucking your weed man? Oh, tell me, girl, yeah. Ooh, that nigga weed ain't that damn good. Ooh, yeah. Oh, are you fucking your weed, man? I just wanna know. Ooh. You know, you gotta talk about it in a romantic way. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I was like, I want to smile, but like, she's cheating on you. Wait,
Yeah.
from the chorus, did you ask her that question?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't me, but it was a situation that I was privy to that that I was inspired by.
Okay, so it wasn't you. It was just a situation that you just.
Yeah. It was a situation. It was a true story, but it wasn't me per se.
Okay, good. I actually personally thought it was you, and I was like, that's totally messed up.
Ain't that crazy? Hey.
Whoever it happened to, it's still messed up.
Yeah, ain't that's terrible, right? Like, hey, you gonna cheat on my man with the weed man? Like,
Exactly.
hey.
But I like that lyric, like he was dropping off more than a dime bag, because it was
He
like.
was definitely dropping off more than a dime bag. He was dropping off way more than a dime bag.
He's doing.
Right.
Okay. So, track number 11, Only One.
That is so dang. I wish I brought my guitar, but only one is so cool. It's only one is I know that I shouldn't just say top 40s, but it's like your classic top 40s,
Yeah.
Bruno Mars. But it's a very beautiful song. It's about this girl being the only one for me. Like all of the things, it's a line in the song is you never make the bed, but when you smile, it makes everything okay. Or but when you smile, it makes me forget. So you never make the bed, but when you smile, it makes me forget. You know, toothpaste on the mirror, but I clear it up every morning because I know that later you'll be giving some sugar. You know, so it's like that. Those little things that your partner does, your girlfriend, she just hair in the sink or whatever, like those little things that. But it's like I love you. You're the only one. You know, you're the only one for me. You know,
Hair in the sink. That's actually really funny because
because
my
like think about it.
my whole family is girls, and I know all about hair in the sink. It's just like,
Drives me nuts.
but it literally happens to everybody.
Yeah, yes, like that's like you know what I mean. But when you love them unconditionally, it's like you're the only one. It's all good.
Track 12, You.
You. Oh, this is like honestly, this is my favorite song in the whole album.
Why?
You. I don't know. It is. It's just sonically, it sounds so good. And it's just a bop. Like it's a bop. It's just a cool song. Like it's really cool. It's kind of upbeat. It's also top 40s, kind of acoustic, but it's a up tempo, and it's just cool, man. The bass is bumping. I got the 808 on there. And it definitely has the pop R&B vibe.
Love that. What is one word that you would use to describe this song?
I hate. Hold up, I'm trying to think. One word I would describe desperation.
Mm-hmm.
Desperation.
Yep.
Desperation. I need you. I need you. I need you. You. I need you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. See, I will never get over you, and I can't stand to see you with another dude. So it's like desperation, like I'm begging her to come back. She done cut her hair, she done left me. You know, when y'all women, when you cut your hair, it's like you done. It's like a whole new, you know.
Yep.
So it's one of them type vibes,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Track 13, Come Back.
This is classic show tune, classic Broadway, big horns. And if I could describe one word, I'll think of the performance would be James Brown.
Ooh, love that.
That's what it's giving. It's giving like that true showmanship, live band, big instruments, wailing guitar solos. It's probably another one of my favorites based on the way that I like to perform.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the most. It will probably show me in the best light as a performer of any song on the album.
Amazing. Track 14, Tell Myself I Got You.
Ooh, it's opera.
I
Literally.
love I love that you brought so many genres into this album. Like
It's,
opera? What?
yeah, it's actually opera. If you could think of, if you could put your favorite opera singer with Sia
Mhm.
and Usher, that's what this song is like. That's what it is. It's like a super emotional uh song that's like pop, like the Sia sound,
Mhm.
but it's like me with like a more Usher tone,
Right.
and I'm singing opera. I'm literally singing opera on the song throughout the hook and even in the bridge. So it's very emotional, very moody, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, and I love that it was like that you're singing Opera, because not a lot of
Did I
singers,
sing you that one?
not a lot of singers can sing opera.
Yeah. And I didn't think I could either, but I heard it in my head, and I was just like, let me try it.
Yeah,
You know? Yeah.
very.
Yeah.
Track 15, Heartbeat.
This song is probably the most descriptive of my feelings about my mom, and I want to play it for you because I think we all have the person in our lives that is my piano too loud. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay. We all have that person that we love and that we miss, and we all go through grief. But I think everybody has at least that one person that you think about every day. And it could be a song you hear, it could be a scent you smell, it could be something about the day, every single day that you think about this person. And you wish that you could have them here with you, and you would do anything to have them, back with you. And this is for that person in your life, in all of our lives, because they walk with us, we carry them with us, they live through us. This is Heartbeat. I'll never sing a different song, not until you come back home. It's $1 million all I have. I'll give it all to hear you laugh. If I could give my heartbeat, you could have my heartbeat. I would give my heartbeat, yeah, to bring life back to you. If I could give my heartbeat, yeah, you could have mine. I would give my heartbeat to bring life back to you. You take this pain out, take your place. Yeah. As long as I see you on the way. Ooh, gave me doctor the heart on my plate. Whoa, but he told me it's too late. If you could have, I would give mine without a thought to bring life back to you. You could have mine. I would give. Oh, I would do anything to bring life back to you. My tears will bring you back to me. But what about this melody? If your heart will beat when I sing this song, sing it till my breath is gone. Go on. Whoa, I could give anything, I would give my heart. I would give my heart. I bring light back to you.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. I felt that. I'm honestly speechless. Like, I just, woo. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to start crying. Woo.
Thank you so much.
I mean, I felt that in every being of my body. I truly did. Amazing. And I'm so happy that you sang that live on my show so people could just, you could just transfer that energy.
Thank
Yeah.
you. It's my first time ever performing it for an audience. So, because I'm a new piano player and I'm just willing to put myself out there because the
Yeah.
story needs to be told. And I just believe that I can't be the only person in the world that feels that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That understands that. So this song is for every person that needs to hear it.
Yeah. I think so many people need to hear that song because I feel like we all can identify with somebody in our life that is no longer here, whether that's death or whether we just no longer speak to that person. You
Sure.
just, because there's people that are not dead, but you just haven't talked to in like 5 years, or maybe you just lost touch with them, right?
For sure. For sure. There are people that, I think we live in a society where like people cut people off easily too,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we all, what's the saying? We all play the villain in somebody else's life. And sometimes you make mistakes and sometimes they're irreparable. They're not, you can't be repaired or the timing and the place it won't work again, but you still wish that you had that person back, or that person in your life, or you appreciate what they did and how they um, made your life so much better. Because we all are capable of making mistakes.
Right. Yeah.
We all are one mistake away. So, um, and for me, just that person, because I've experienced a lot of death, but it's just a different experience uh, with 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 death and the person that is like your soul person. Some people we all experience death, but it's that one person or those two people maximum where you like think about every single day they walk with you throughout your life.
Right. Yeah. Woo! Okay. Woo! You got me. You're wearing shades. I'm
Yeah.
not.
Right. That's why.
All
Yeah,
right.
man.
Track 16. Figure it out.
Figure it out. Figure it out is my wedding song. Figure it out
Oh,
is
yeah?
my it's my thinking out loud. It's my Ed Sheeran. It's that beautiful acoustic guitar song with the most beautiful lyrics. And it's about figuring it out. It's like you know, the trials of any relationship. And it's like when we figure it out, it'll all be all right. Like you have things about you, I have my proclivities, you have your shortcomings, you have the things that you like and I hate or whatever. But when
Yeah.
we figure this thing out, this is going to be our wedding song. When we figure this out, it'll be no rights and no wrongs. We'll work it out. And I think that's important because just like we talked about before, we live in like the time where everything is nobody's patient, nobody's forgiving, nobody is gracious towards others. But sometimes you just gotta that's the only person that's gonna love you forever. But sometimes you gotta show them how to treat you. Sometimes you gotta forgive. Sometimes you gotta uh, walk through it and endure some things. But when you figure it out,
Mm-hmm.
it's blissful.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's so perfectly said because we all have our shortcomings. We're all gonna mess up. Like we don't. I mean, I don't think anyone. Well, I don't think most people are ill-willed. I think some people are, but not most. And we're gonna mess up, and it just you gotta love that person through the craziness.
Right? You do. You really do. And yeah, so we just gotta figure it out. It'll work out, you know?
Figure it out. Track 17, 10 Million Reasons.
There's 10 million reasons why you need to lead a bull. Like, there's 10 million reasons why you need to cut him off and come with me because he trash. Like, he's whack.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? And it's like, I can't wait for you guys to see the visual to that song. But yeah, it's like giving R&B soul, vocally driven type music, and it's like, yo, leave that clown, man. Come with me, baby. Like, it's better over here.
It's always better.
It's always
Come over here with me.
like real shit. Yeah, so yeah, I was crazy because like I never thought about having to describe all of these songs. Cause
I
like,
know, right? You're like,
I
oh
sound
my God.
like a psycho listening and like describing the song is like, but
Yeah, because you just write and then you don't have to describe it.
right.
But you're like, oh my gosh, I've actually never said that out loud before.
Right, I did it. Like, what? Yeah. Oh, it's crazy.
Track 18, You Was With It.
Ashley, that's probably you was with it. All right, how can I say this in the taste with tact?
Say however you need to say it.
Like, so basically, you was rocking with me, and then you was trying to rock with bro. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can't rock with me and rock with bro. And then when I confront you about it, you act like that wasn't the plan. But you was with it. You was with it. Cause I know. Or like we say in the hood, cause I seen you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you was with it. Like, and so that's a true story. That's a real true story. Like, that's like a real true story. Like, that story, we'll be here all day if I tell you that story. But yeah, so that's a true story. Like, you was rocking with me, and then you was trying to get at bro, and yeah, you corny.
Because this person cheated on you.
Why am I this way?
This person cheated on you?
Yeah. Well, was going to, because then if she did, then bro would have been trash too. Like, bro, you trash because you let her cheat on me with you. So, but bro's not trash. You feel me?
Right.
But yeah, she was trash. Crazy, right, Ash?
Crazy, but people, you know, like you said, sometimes women are better cheaters than men.
They are.
I mean, I don't know, but like,
and I wouldn't have known. Like, if bro was loyal, like if bro wasn't loyal, I wouldn't have known. She was really good, you know.
Yeah, and that's crazy because like this whole manipulation thing, it's like, and then you can ask the person, and they're like, no, no, it's not happening. And then you ask them again, you ask them like 10 times, they're like, no, but you know, your boy was like, hey, by the way, something is going on here. She's whack.
Yeah, she's trash. And he was telling me, like, don't do it. Down the line, this come through. And he like, bro, I told you she not loyal. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
And here we are.
That's what it is.
Write a song about you.
Like bro code, because you just don't know. And like, it's
really
just,
is.
you know.
It really is. Because if you was just being genuine and loyal, we would have been cool. But
and you want people to be genuine and loyal, but sometimes people are manipulative and crazy, and you're trying to call them out, and they're just like, no, it's you, it's not me.
Yeah, it's like, but you was with it. Like, you was with it. Like, so that's why the song's called You Was With It, because she was with it. Like, don't try to act like you wasn't with it, but you was with it.
Yeah.
She was with it, Ash.
Track 19, This Fly.
Oh, I'm talking shit. I'm talking shit. It's literally like I am just talking shit. Like I am just talking shit. Like some people would call it a pop song, but it's really hip hop. Like I'm actually rapping on the song. Like crazy, right?
Nice.
Like I wouldn't think it was rap, but it's rap. Like I'm actually rapping on the song. If you could think like what's the group that Pharrell used to be in? NRED. It's like yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah, I love it. I love NERD.
It's giving like what's that John? The Kelly's John, the I Hate You So Much Right Now. It's like kinda I Hate You So Much Right Now mixed with like what's the NRE John? Lemon with Rihanna. It came out
Yeah,
with Lemon. Hey. And remember ooh, who made me you want me? You get this lap dancing. It's like all that. It's like all that NRED. And when you hear it, you're gonna be like, this sound like NRED. Watch.
heck yeah. Well, I mean, because NERD is Pharrell, and
Yeah.
that Pharrell was a part of, absolute
It's
master.
lit. It's lit. Like honestly, Pharrell is like my dream producer. Like I would love her to produce anything of mine. Like
I know.
he's amazing.
Yeah, the things that he has touched, the things he has done in his career, even when people didn't even know he was part of a track. I mean, you knew what the Neptunes sound like.
Bro, like the way he did for Britney, man. Remember all the Britney Spears songs he used to do?
Yeah. And I was like, whoa. I'm like, the thing is, like, he worked with Britney and then he worked with Justin Timberlake on his solo album. And then he was like, you know what I mean? Like, he was working with Snoop Dogg, the stuff he did with Snoop Dogg. What?
The fact that he did Rocket by Beyonce.
I know.
Rocket tip. Like what? Like what is wrong with you? Like why are you how are you able to do all that and ape shit? Like what? What's wrong with you? Pharrell is a beast. Like
He has touched so many artists and genres. He was with Gwen Stefani doing her pop stuff. Like, it's crazy when you think of how many projects over the past, what, 20, 30 years he's been a part of.
right, right. It's crazy. Even then he do now you probably ain't gonna know this, right? But you might know it because you're a music scholar. Did you know he did the all I wanna do is zoom 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 little boom boom?
No, just shake your rump.
Like he don't even look like he was that old. Like he didn't even seem like he was that old enough. Like because he looks so young. Like bro, he's a legend.
He has been 25 for the past 30 years. I don't even know how that's
At
possible.
least.
I'm like,
At least.
does not age. But yes, I love
At
the
least.
fact that he did Rump Shaker because, I mean, yes, that was a very long time ago. Most of us were very young when that came out. But still, like, I mean, I haven't heard it on the radio or anything like that.
Right, but still. But I thought because you think like you ain't start seeing Pharrell or the Neptunes until like early 2000s. Like that was like 91. Like
I know.
Like what?
Yeah, it's crazy what he's touched, and this needs to happen. The you and Pharrell thing, it has to happen.
Let's speak it into the universe, Pharrell.
Manifest it. It's happening. You and Pharrell. It's happening.
Yeah, man. Pharrell is prolific in so many ways.
Definitely. 20. Tell ya mama.
Same chick. The same. It's her. It's her mom. It's her mom.
Yeah.
Why's your mom? Oh, well, it's tell your mom to stop calling me. Why your mom calling me? We done.
Yeah.
Your mom calling me. I'm trying to be nice. Like, chill. So yeah, I'm really like all aspects of, and it's crazy because when this situation happened, Ash, I'm gonna tell you. So when it happened, when her mom called me, I was at my piano. Literally, her mom called me and she left a message first. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then like she called me, all right. And then she called me again like another time, and it was like, why you keep calling me? No. I'm like, don't really you was with it. Don't make me tell your mom what really went down. Like, tell your mom stop calling me. You feel me?
Totally. I think it's so weird when you date somebody and their parents get involved, or like you love their parents, or like maybe you don't. Like, I'm not into the whole parent thing.
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, I'm sure you can attest to this as like, of course your mom loves me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, duh. Like, of course she's gonna love me. Like, but it's a rap. You messed up. Like,
Yeah. And are you supposed to tell the mom that
I'm
you're
trying to hold her that grace. I'm trying to keep that saving grace. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure you told your mom a story, but I'm almost positive you didn't tell her the truth. I'm almost positive you didn't tell her this story of what actually happened. You feel me?
Yeah.
So let's stop calling me before I tell her. And I say all that in the song.
Yeah. Honestly, if I'm dating you, I do not want your parents to know my number. I just don't.
Yeah, like it's corny. It's corny. It's weird. It's weird to
So,
me.
so weird. 21, Love Me Deeper.
This is my, and I think it's corny when you put the gospel songs at the end, but this is my like worship track, like something that I do prayers and devotions every morning, and I listen to a lot of like Jesus culture, Hillsong, which is like Christian contemporary music, big synths, lots of acoustic and electric guitar, and lots of worship and praise, and that's what this song is. It's literally. Me thanking God for loving me deeper than all of my proclivities, all of my sins, all of my habits, all of my things that are not of God. Like the fact that He loves me despite those things and sees me beyond the veil is what what that song is about. And that's another thing where I didn't know where it would fit on the album. I didn't know. I just created because I wanted to say that. You know what I mean? So that's what Love Me Deeper is. I love that song.
Yeah. 22, Feel It.
Feel It is like, Feel It is like, Feel It is like a good vibe track with guitar and piano, and it's just about cruising with your date for the night and just rocking out. It's a good vibe. It's rhythm guitar. It's like come on all night to get some. Come on all
Oh,
night to
yeah.
get some.
Lucky.
Get lucky. Yeah,
Yes.
it's like that.
Joints.
It's another Pharrell joint. It's another Pharrell
Oh,
joint.
we're gonna go back to Pharrell. We're gonna go back to Pharrell. I could talk about Pharrell all day, every day.
Right. Right. Like Pharrell's lit, man. And yes, it's like a song that you play in the drop top on a late summer night in June or July, and you got your girl and you riding and you just ride and you might be. I saw myself in like LA, like you riding on a cliff and you kind of can see the city or whatever, but it's a breezy night. That's that vibe. It's just cool. Yeah. It's like, okay, this is going to be corny and mess up the vibe, but it's like in every scary movie where the teenagers go to make out and see the sunset. This song is the song that plays before they get killed, like at the beginning. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's that. You know exactly what I'm talking about now, right? And then after this song, they pull over at the cliff, they look at the moon, and then
and then they get killed.
I need help. I need help promoting my songs.
I love this because, like you said, you haven't really talked about these songs like individually, like, and you're like, oh, that kind of feels weird coming out. Me talking about that.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Like, why would that be a part of my description for the song? But like, that's the best way I could tell you. Like, hey, I bet you get it now.
I have the visual in my head of, me and somebody in a car, overlooking a cliff.
Yes.
We're in LA.
And you ride, like y'all ride through the breeze, and then after the song is over, y'all pull over to y'all cliff, and the moon is bright, and you see the city lights, and then you hear something, and then she's like, "What's that? Go check it out." And then you get out, go, and then you never come back, and then it's the same. Classic horror movie.
Oh, horror movie. All right, we're at the final track, track 23. Stop Crying.
Stop Crying was probably one of the first songs that I recorded for this album. Um, and it's a ballad. It's a ballad. It's like a pop big ballad. It's a song that really was the beginning parts of this album, because the what I wanted to say, what I was feeling, is that this lowness, this darkness looms over me, and I'll never stop crying. I'll never stop crying. People say that there's a line in the song where people say that time heals all wounds.
Yeah.
And that's got to be the biggest lie of all. You know what I mean? That's got to be one of the most bogus sayings of all. You never truly, me personally, never truly heal from it. You learn how to deal with it. You learn how to muscle through it. You know, it's like example I would say is like if you were to lose a limb.
Yeah.
Um, you can still have a great life. You can still live your life. But every day you get up, everything about your life, that lost limb has adjusted everything about your life in the way you move. You still might can do some things.
Yeah.
You still can laugh and play and fall in love and play certain sports or whatever. But you have that reminder that walks with you in every situation, in every scenario, uh, and you just live with it. And that's how I feel about grief. No
Yeah.
matter how amazing my life is, no matter what great experiences I'm experiencing it in grief. You know, grief is a constant resident in my life. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I think that sounds really negative or Debbie Downer-ish, but anybody that really has ever dealt with grief or is dealing with grief knows what it means. You know.
Yeah, no, and I think it's so important that you say that because it's like, yeah, people say time heals all wounds, but for you to say losing a limb, like, yeah, you can still do things, but like you just don't feel 100%. You're like maybe at like 75 and like you're never gonna feel 100% again. And that's the hard.
And 75% is your new normal.
Yeah.
It's, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You can do everything or most things, but it's your new normal. You will never have that. That whole never heals. That maybe the edges of it might heal, but the hole is still there. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that is.
Yeah.
And I felt ending the song there will
Yeah.
let the people, or ending the album there will let the people know that this is an ongoing thing. Like this
Right.
album doesn't conclude into a okay, happy ending.
Right.
Never stop crying. I'll never stop. I'll never stop wishing. I'll never stop. You know what I mean? I'll never stop crying about that.
Yeah. No, I mean, thank you so much for your honesty and vulnerability. Um, what else would you tell people about this album in its entirety? What do you want people to know about it?
To just truly understand that you'll never succeed at anything unless you're meant to do it, and it's your purpose. Stick with it, man. And this album is a prime example of if you do anything long enough, you'll get good at it.
Yeah.
If you stay consistent, if you come up with a format, come up with a plan, and do it beyond being inspired, do it beyond being motivated, do it because of purpose, because you know that you're supposed to do it, and just trust that it'll work out. And I just want everybody to know, with this album, I put my all into it, and I just hope and pray that it can help somebody, that it can inspire you, that it can speak to something that you never could articulate yourself, or you never could find a song that drove the emotion to
Right.
how exactly you were feeling. Um, and that's just my only wish.
Yeah. Honestly, I am so happy and proud of you and thank you so much for coming back on my show. This
Thank
was
you for having me.
so much fun. And I can't wait for this album to drop and for all the people in here right now and that will watch this replay to hear this beautiful project.
Thank you so much, Ash. Thank you
Yeah.
for having me. Thank you for just thank you for following your purpose, man, because like, you know, we need platforms as artists, and we need professional journalists. We need professional people that are serious about their craft and that respect our craft. So thank you for giving me a platform, giving me opportunity to spread my music and spread my art. And thank you for just believing in me enough to be on your platform.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me. Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me emotional again.
It's the truth.
I honestly, that truly means the world to me. And thank you so much for coming back on my show and sharing this gift, the beautiful music, your artistry. I'm so very proud of you. And do you have any final words for the room?
God bless you. Pre-order 23. Help me reach the Billboard charts. It's at the link in my bio. It's only $10. You can buy up to 4 copies. And if you buy 4 copies, you can enter to win for an iPad that I'm giving away. Do I have it over here? I do. No, I don't. I do. Yo, hold it.
He has the iPad.
Someone I'm giving away a brand new iPad. It's not even open yet, yo. It's not even open yet. iPad 11-inch Pro.
Heck yeah.
You know? So, and it's 512 gigs. Let me see.
Ooh!
512 gigs. 11-inch. So get you 4 copies of 21 and you can get you 4 copies of 23 and you can enter to win an iPad.
Yes. Get 4 copies of the album, pre-order it. What else can they do to support you on this journey? What can people do?
Follow me on all socials at Jamai Music.
Mm-hmm.
And I do singing telegrams. So if you have any special occasion or no occasion at all, I come out to you, depending on where you're located, and I sing. I bring roses, chocolates, and so much more. And I sing a plethora of songs with my guitar and my suit, and I give the recipient cards, and I even offer virtual telegrams now, pre-recorded telegrams as well. So hit me up on J Telegrams. Hit me up here at Jamai Music, and yeah, we all good.
And guys, once this album comes out, stream it, share it, tell your friends about it, add the songs to your playlist, and tell Jamai how much these songs mean to you, because
Peace.
as an artist, it's so amazing when someone says, hey, I heard this song and it made me feel this way, or it reminded me of this situation in my life.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Jamai, thank you so much for coming back on my show. I am so happy for you. And guys, please support his new project. Stream it. It's coming out on Saturday. Buy it. Buy 4 albums. Get the iPad.
Buy 4 albums. Get an iPad. And one last thing. Saturday will be my mom's 50th birthday. How cool is that?
Oh my gosh.
It will be.
Wait, that's why you're releasing it Saturday.
Yes. So cool, right?
Okay, it makes sense, because I was like, because sometimes people release things on Friday, and I was like, oh, I wonder why he's releasing it on Saturday. But that makes perfect sense now. Like,
I'm missing a day for that first week count sale, but it's like, hey, you do it for the art, not for the industry.
Definitely, it's all about the artistry and the numerical meaning behind thing, and I totally get that. Totally get that.
Thank you so much, Ash. I want to read my comments before I save the live, because you know how like when you get on live, I mean, you do. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody.
Show some love. He's looking at your comments.
Yes.
Show some love.
Thank you, everybody. I truly appreciate it.
Yeah, guys, what songs are you excited to hear when they're finally released? We went through all 23 of them.
We went through all 23 of them, y'all.
We did go through all 23 of them.
Like what?
Heck yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you guys. Get a little closer. I know I've been a little far, but I truly appreciate it. Ashley, you're amazing.
Thank
And
you.
I want you guys to just enjoy this album so much. She said all of them.
Guys, if you don't already, give us both a follow. I'm Ashley Live. That's Jamai. Go support good music. Support this beautiful piece of work.
Thank you so much.
Have a great night, guys, and we will see you next.
Have a great one, guys. Thank you so much. See you later, Ash.